What in the world is going on with the real estate market in Clark County right now? Hey, welcome back to Living in Vancouver and Camas, Washington YouTube channel. I'm your host, Hannah Dubyne, and I'm thankful you're here today because we're talking about the real estate market. Ooh, my favorite thing to talk about. I'm super excited. We're gonna crack open some data and statistics today on what exactly is happening in our Clark County market. If you live in another area of the country right now, comment down below what your market is doing as well. I thought this was an especially important video to make as we roll into the fourth quarter of 2024 and of course a presidential election season. Anytime there's a presidential election year, people get a little bit weird, and we're gonna crack open some of the data on that today. All right, I'm gonna share some statistics with you guys. I'm looking down on my computer here since I don't have them all memorized. The biggest thing I wanna share with you that came to my attention when I saw this report was that our inventory is up about 33%. At this time last year, we had 1.9 months of inventory, and now we have 3, which means that we have added a lot of homes to the market and they're not selling right now. So on the buy side, it means buyers have options. And on the listing side, it means that if you are listing your home, you need to be smart about it. You need to prepare it well, you need to price it right, and you need to hire a realtor who's gonna market it. So really interesting statistic there. The last time we were at 3 months of inventory or more was in January, which is pretty common that time of year. Inventory builds up. We have a lot of inventory. Average days on market, the amount of time it takes to sell a home right now is 46. All the time I have our clients reach out and they say to me, Hannah, this house has been on the market for 2 weeks. What's wrong with it? And I'm like, hold on. There might not be anything wrong with it just because it's been on the market for 2 or 3 weeks. We are all still somewhat scarred by the COVID market where everything sold in 1 week or 1 day or less. But that is just not the case anymore. The average time on market is a month and a half. So if you're a buyer, not just because it's been on the market doesn't mean there's something wrong with it. And if you're a seller, you got to be a little bit patient. Still, the highest number of sales, 25% of our sales monthly, is happening in that $400,000 to $500,000 price range. The median sale price right now for a home is about $535,000. So if you're looking in that range, just know you'll have a lot of options, but you'll also have a lot of competition. Another really interesting statistic that doesn't get shared a lot, and I wanted to pull it for you guys today, was cash sales. What percent of our market is cash? If you're coming from California, you're probably in a high cash market, and we're probably not as high here. We have 22% of our sales in cash in Clark County recently, and the highest cash market in Clark County is Camas. In Camas, 33% of our sales are cash. So that is where the money is flowing right now. If you have cash, you definitely have an advantage over, as a buyer, if you have cash, you have an advantage over those who are using a loan. Okay, so enough boring statistics. Let's talk about exactly what my clients, my seller and buyer clients are seeing in the market. Despite there being more inventory in Clark County, the homes that are priced correctly, that are prepared well, that are in good locations, that have good marketing, that look nice online, they are still selling in a reasonable amount of time. I would say between 30 and 60 days if they're in the city, if they're a subdivision type property. Rural properties always have higher days on market because they're more unique and there's less buyers for them. But if you're in the city, it's kind of that 1 to 2 month mark. There are some markets that got excessive inventory over this last summer. One of them was Ridgefield. Ridgefield was a total curveball for me and a lot of my agent friends because normally it's very desirable, but a whole bunch of stuff hit the market this summer. We had listings up there that were priced well, that were prepared well, that were marketed beautifully, that we did a ton of open houses for, and they just weren't selling because there were a lot of options. And when that happens, if you're a seller, it's a really tough spot to be in because you could do everything right, but just because the way the market is, it could be very, very challenging. So Ridgefield's just one example. There were other areas as well that experienced that. If your home is more average, if you don't do a lot of preparation to it, if you don't take your realtor's advice on, putting certain items away or swapping things out, it very well could sit on the market for 3, maybe 4 months before you get an offer, in which case it's probably gonna sell for less than you'd hope. With each additional day a home sits on the market, the less perceived value it has to buyers, regardless of how awesome it is. It's one of the things about the real estate market that drives people crazy. It drives me crazy sometimes, but it's just how people's psychology works. So Really good to know that. Overall, I'd say for sellers, it's just a little bit of everything. There's still stuff that sells in the first week or two. We had a couple listings recently that we got sold in the first week. Always great to do that, but it's certainly not something we promise. All right, let's talk about our buyer clients. Our buyer clients are getting deals right now, definitely getting better deals right now than any other time of the year. There is a lot of inventory on the market, so that's certainly helping their case. We're going into fourth quarter and presidential election is coming soon, which we'll talk about in a minute. Rates are down. So as of me filming this video, you can get a more reasonable rate in the 6s. If you're VA, you might be able to get something in the high 5s. It's making it a lot more affordable for folks, and some buyers are re-entering the market. Hot areas and rare listings can still have multiple offers, however. It's not like everything's crickets. It's not like everything's dead. If you're looking in Camas, Valida, Salmon Creek, a waterfront home, a green space home, mid-century modern, some kind of rare type home, it could still get multiple offers. Now, we get this question all the time, every 4 years, which is, well, what is the presidential election going to do to the value of my home, to the real estate market? And the answer simply is really not much. It does not matter if red or blue gets elected. The market kind of does the same thing. It all averages out, okay? So don't overthink it. And my advice to you is, don't let anyone stop you from reaching your goals. If you want to buy or sell a home, if you have something big to do in your life, don't let a politician stop you, because I'm not letting a politician stop me, all right? The statistics I want to share with you, the two important ones are, in a presidential election season year, number of sales nationally goes down by about 5%. 5% less sales than a normal year during this time of the year. That means there's opportunity for buyers, right? There's less buyers out there, so buyers, get ready. The next important stat I want to share with you is that 9 of the last 11 presidential election cycles, home sales went up the year after. They went up the year after, so that would be 2025 next year. If it follows the trend that it has in the past, then they will probably go up, because all those people who waited, those 5% of people who didn't buy at the end of this year, they probably still need a house at some point. They can't wait forever. So they are going to re-enter the market in the new year. Another important stat I want to share with you is that after 7 of the last 8 presidential election cycles, home sale prices went up. Home sale prices went up. Again, people re-entered the market, there was more buyers, so naturally it makes sense that home prices would go up. For me, I see this time as a huge opportunity. I know that Clark County is going to continue to have a strong real estate market for a number of different factors we've shared on tons of our videos. We just have a lot of great things going for us here. We don't have enough homes for the people that live here and the people that want to move in. So it just makes sense. We're really generally going to be in that upward trajectory. If you are a buyer, I would heavily consider doing something at the end of this year. Prices in Q4 naturally go down in this part of the country every year anyways. It's just the way our market cycles, but during an election cycle, it's an extra opportunity. If you'd like help selling or buying a home in Clark County professionally, myself and my team at Dubyne Realty Group would really love to serve you. Reach out to us. We'll have our contact information down below. We can't wait to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.